Today we're going to be making this wreath. If you want a tutorial for the bow at the bottom, I've linked that in the description, but let's get started. So to make our wreath, you are going to want a wire ring. It doesn't really matter what size, whatever size you want your wreath, that's the size ring you want to get. So mine's about 25 centimeters. And then you want some chunky yarn. I have baby yarn, so it's nice and soft and fluffy. You don't have to use this. Obviously, if you don't use chunky yarn, then the pattern will turn out a little bit different for you. And then I just have my 10mm crochet hook. Now, we're going to start how you would a normal chain. So I just create a loop and pull my yarn through the loop so that my yarn is now attached to my hook. And now we're going to be working all the way around our hoop. So first of all, we need to attach the yarn to the hoop, which is the hardest part. So if we take our hook over the top, so the tail that's connecting to the ball of yarn goes over the top, and then pull the yarn underneath and then pull through like you would if you're doing a normal single crochet. So we've essentially just done a single crochet around the hoop. So then we just want to continue this all the way around. So hook underneath the wire, pull the yarn under, and then we're going to single crochet. Now it does slide around the hoop, so you just have to hold it in place, and you want to continue this all the way around. So as you can see, we've just got single crochets all along the top of our hoop. So when we're a decent way around the ring, you just want to make sure you're pushing everything you've crocheted all back round so it's nice and tight, so all the stitches are really close together. So what we want to do is try and get as many stitches as we can onto our ring. It doesn't matter specifically how many stitches you do, because everyone's ring will be a different size, the amount of stitches you can get on will be a different amount. But what's important is you try and fit in as many stitches as possible, because the more stitches is what makes our wreath look full and fluffy. So I guess if you want a more sparse looking wreath, then you don't have to do this, you can just leave it how it is. But if you want something that's more full, just scoot it all round and then you can fit on more stitches. So when we get back to the beginning where we started, you're going to locate your first stitch into the wreath, and then we're just going to do, sorry I think my camera cut off, but essentially we were just doing a slip stitch to join the two rounds. So you want to chain one, and then for round two, in every single crochet stitch from the previous round, we're going to do 3 single crochets. So we're going to insert our hook into this first stitch, do 1 single crochet, working into that same stitch, we're going to do a second single crochet, and then again into the same stitch, we're going to do 3 single crochet. And then moving on to the next stitch, insert our hook, we're going to do 3 more single crochet, 1, 2, and 3. And you're going to continue this all the way around your ring until you get to the beginning of the round. So that's just 3 single crochet in every stitch all the way around. When you get to the end of the second round, your wreath should look something like this, so quite full compared to where we last left it. So at that stage we want to do a slip stitch into the first stitch we did on the round, like what we did with round 1, just to join everything up. And then from here we want to do a loop so we can hang our wreath up. So to do that, we're just going to do a chain. So just pull your yarn through. Now the length of your chain is going to depend on how long you want this to be. So some people are going to want it to be longer, some people are going to want it to be shorter. So I would start by chaining 25, and then you can see you can adjust it from there if you want it longer, if you want it shorter. So I've already done 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So once you're done your 25, that will come out at a length like this. As I say, if you want this to be longer, you can just chain more than what I have. It's really up to you how long you do the chain. So once you have the chain to your desired length, you want to find this first stitch again, just here. We're going to insert our hook and we're going to do a slip stitch. Now I'm going to do a couple of slip stitches just along this very top row, where if we were doing a third round, this is where we would have worked it. And then this will just help to secure the tassel. And then once you're happy with that, just take your scissors, cut it off. I like to just do a little knot just by pulling through the end of the yarn. Make sure it's nice and tight, and then we just cut it off.